Superhoops. Whoop, let's go. Hursty Games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hursty Games, and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you're not all nice and caught up, then make sure you go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course, welcome back to today's episode. Today, we're going to be well and truly starting this season, and by that I mean starting the actual games. Now, as I said in the previous episode or two, we will be simming a fair few more games this time around, just because it helps us really get through these seasons, really sort of power on and try and make sure we get through this season, because obviously FIFA 21 is coming near to an end. We've got like a couple of months until the new FIFA comes out, and I want to make sure that we can get through this series and actually, you know, finish it, because I feel like we've never fully given a proper ending to a FIFA QPR Career Mode on the channel. We've never really got to that final point. So this year, I'm making sure that happens. I am a man of finishing series this year. It's going to happen. Going to touch on a few things that we did in the last episode. For those who don't know what's happened, this is going to be a couple of spoilers. So if you don't want to see spoilers for the last episode, you're not caught up, now's the time to pause it. Okay, so last episode, obviously, we picked up some fantastic players, getting the likes of Dendoncker, Bogle, Calvin Phillips, Smith Rowe. Fantastic pickup. Smith Rowe obviously on a free as well. And some of the players we brought in means we're going to have a couple of sales and loans. So Agu is transfer listed. Elliot and Pepe Ars, the King of Kings. I know there are some people that weren't overly happy with Pepe Ars being dropped, but it's more that he's going out for a season, getting that loan time, getting that game time, and hopefully he's going to come back even better for it. And Rob Dickey most likely going to either be loaned or sold as well, as we just don't need him in the club too. And we're going to be selling Schmeichel, and I also asked your guys' opinions on some of the keepers that we're potentially going to pick up to bring in as a second option keeper, just because Schmeichel is now 35 or 36 even. We're not going to be playing him, so it makes sense to get him sold, even if it's just for free, just to free up those wages, and then bring in a younger keeper that will happily sit on the bench, play for the cup games, that sort of thing. And I was actually recommended, I believe it's Van der Voort, but I might be saying his name wrong, but I did scout him. So he is who we're going to scout. We had the likes of Melier, but Leeds were pissed off that I offered his value, and they were like, get out of here. So they were fuming at that. We've got the likes of Svilar. We're potentially going to look at Martinez. We're potentially going to look at Sanchez. But I think, honestly, it'll be between the first three here. Svilar, Melier, and Van der Voort. Getting Van der Voort scouted as well, as he was recommended to us. So thank you, Gavin. I appreciate the suggestion. So I'm going to wait and see back from him, see what his rating is and everything in comparison to Melier and Svilar. And we'll make our decision then. But for now, we're just going to crack on through with it. We're going to get into the next games. If any transfers in, out, anything happens, then obviously I'll let you guys know, keep you updated. Otherwise, I'll potentially see you at the Leicester game. Okay, to let you guys know, Dumble has now actually sold. He's gone to Watford. 5.3 was the deal. We get 3.8 million's worth of that. And Batach potentially going as well. I am going to accept this. Again, we're just freeing up a bunch of these players. Someone like Batach, who I love in real life, just isn't going to get game time for us in this. So I am going to sell him. Okay, our first game of the season, I'm going to start off with a simmed game. So we are going to sim, but we are going to watch through it. And I do have the option to jump in as well. As I said, this is just going to help us start getting through this season a little bit quicker. It's much quicker simming these games. What we'll do is some of the smaller cup games, we might quick sim them. But for now, we're just going to sim these games, watch them as they go through, and obviously jump in if we need to. But we will have like one or two standout games in an episode that we will still play. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys watch the games for the gameplay, these career mode stuff. So obviously, we will still have games that we play the full 90 minutes, or, you know, we play a big chunk on. If we get a big healthy lead, then we might sim to the end of the game. But obviously, just doing it like this helps us get through it a bit quicker. And our man, Lyndon Dykes, starts off the new season as he finished the last one by scoring goals. Things you love to see. Like 5-6 minutes in to the new season, and Lyndon bags himself a goal. It's not just me, guys. I know a lot of people have said to me in some of the streams and stuff, Lyndon got that many goals because obviously you're playing with it, which obviously it makes sense. He's our main man. He's a one striker in a one striker system. But even in the sim games, he's getting goals, and that's a lovely run. Ellis Todd just offside. And actually, I'm gonna, like, hopefully I remember after this game, I'm gonna go through and fix some of these numbers. I would like to try and remember to do that and to change the numbers, because I think some of these numbers are maybe not quite accurate to what I'd like them to be. And there's a couple of players that I think are deserving of different shirt numbers, so that's what we'll do after this game. But 20 minutes in, we've looked relatively dominant. This is the first chance really that Leicester have had on the ball. We've got to be careful. Good save from Aaron Ramsdale. As I've said before, I've said it a million times, I'm going to say it again. Absolute king for us in this series. He's been so good. Smith Rowe there with a lovely run and gets it back. Nice little bit of play. Have to say, I don't think it is. I mean, obviously it isn't. It's the same game. But the animations feel really different for this. Oh, saved onto the post by Unai Simon. Good save in the end there. The current Spanish #1, I guess, actually, according to real life, because De Gea didn't get much of a look in at the Euros. But we've looked pretty comfortable here. I have to say, we've looked pretty good. Hopefully, that is translating in the stats and how the players are playing. But we've looked pretty decent. Stamina's pretty okay. Smith Rowe, the only person who's getting a little bit more tired, but he's a central cam, again, in a lone one-cam system. So they always do get that a little bit more tired because that central cam does so much tracking forwards and backwards. That's a lovely ball again. Ellis Todd, again, just offside. That man's got to watch them offsides because he's been caught a couple of times out there, which is a slight shame. But hopefully he can... Oh, good save there from Ramsdale. Hopefully he can just catch one of those right next time, be onside and be in with a chance. We've got to stop this chance here. It's gone through to Ramsdale again. Okay, it's going to be half-time surely there, ref. Good lad. Well done, boys. Fantastic half. We've kind of Leicester City'd them a little bit. Not as much possession, but we have managed to get that goal, which is fantastic news for us. What I'm going to do is probably just bring on Ilias Chair and then leave it at that, maybe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring on Obafemi because Obafemi's a little bit sad because he's not playing much. I'm going to bring on Obafemi, and then I've got the option of maybe bringing on a Harrison or Chair out wide. So that's what we'll do for now. Bring on Obafemi, hopefully cheer him up a little bit because he's gutted that he's not playing as much. But that's okay. Hopefully, again, once he's converted to striker, because that's something we did in the last episode, is convert him back to being a striker so he can play striker for us. I'll be happy as Larry then. But what I'm going to say is, if they do score to make it 1-1, I'll jump in. If we go 2-0 up, then we'll let the game continue to sim through. But that is what I'm going to say to you guys now. If it goes to 1-1, I will jump into the end of the game. And then, again, we have... I'm going to say a biggish game coming up soonish, and that'll be one that we play the full 90 minutes of. Again, it just helps us get through this nice and quickly. Instead of getting like 4 games in, it will potentially mean we can get to up to about 6 or 7, depending on the matches that we do have, including cup games and stuff. So that'd be nice and helpful for us, obviously powering through this 4th season, which is obviously been 4 seasons now, which is crazy to think. It's our 3rd season in the Prem, which is fantastic for us. Coming to me for a series, like when it comes to a career mode. 70 nearly episodes. Oh, block off the line. I have to say, Webster, and I think that was Hammerlinen coming across there to defend as well. Fantastic stuff from those two. They did absolutely incredible there. That was very, very important because that could have been 1-1. But they've done a good job there at keeping it at a clean sheet. So I have to say, players doing job to a man there. Bright Side Sammy doing really well at keeping that ball. When the ball goes off, I've got some changes I'm going to cue. Ellis Todd can't quite get that in. I'm just going to get those changes ready, actually. And the first one is going to be for Bright, and it is going to be Ilias Chair coming on. And then I'm going to take off Amos here, and I'm going to bring on Chalobah, just because Chalobah did ask to play. Just give him a couple of minutes. Amos, obviously, is fantastic for me. He's one of our options for captain, I won't lie to you, as he's one of the longest-serving players still at the club for us, in this save at the very least. But I have to say, we're playing some really good football. The AI making this team look beautiful. The way we're knocking this ball about is fantastic. It's unlucky there. Couldn't quite keep that with, I think that's Obafemi who's come on, number 15. But we've just got to be careful here on this counter. It's gone. Okay, fantastic. So two changes, fresh legs, 10 minutes. Just see it out, boys. Let's just see this one out. And hopefully, hold on to this 1-0 lead. That'll be a fantastic start for us. Oh, mate. Ramsdale, you beauty. Lovely stuff. Kessie, by the way, has come on for them. Has come on as captain as well. Interesting stuff. No mug, Kessie. He's a very good player. But they've got to keep that. Go on. Ellis Todd, lovely stuff. Well kept. Can we make one last attack here? Obafemi, just walk around his man. Ellis Todd, go on, get that in there. Get it in there, boys. Just got to get it in the box, please. Obafemi. They've played it back. You know what? That's fine. I'll take a 1-0. We managed to have more possession by the end of the game. Seeing it out. Lyndon Dykes getting his first goal of the season. I'm sure it's going to be the first of many. The new record holder for the most goals in a Premier League season. Great start, boys. Love that. Now, I said I wanted to send Pepe Arce out on loan. But we all know that. We all know that's not happening. That just... No. Sorry, boys, but no. You guys remember that big game I was talking about? Here it is. QPR against Chelsea at the Karen Prince. Hopefully, we can come away today with a big result. This is a very good side they've got. You can see some of the players they've picked up. Mtiti at right back, though, is an interesting one. But they've got the German trio of Gnabry, Havertz, and Werner up there. Kante and Bakayoko is an interesting one. They've got a very quick defence. It's a very quick defence. We've got to make sure that our one man in Linden can break those teams down. Let's go for it, boys. Let's win this derby. Here we are back at the Crown Prince. Feels good to be back, and I'm actually going to be back in real life this season. Obviously got my season ticket, and I'm also going to the QPR Man United friendly as well, so I can't wait for that one. Who knows, I might see some of you guys there if you're going too. But let's focus on this game right now. QPR up against Chelsea. Kante leading their line. Obviously we've got Aaron Webster leading ours, and I'm optimistic that we can continue from the fantastic season we had last season. It's all about progress, it's all about growth, and this team has got better and better this season, so I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to trying some of these new boys out. Really excited with Calvin Phillips, I won't lie to you. Calvin Phillips being in this this team just makes me very, very happy indeed. But let's go for it. Let's try and take on Chelsea. Come on, boys, let's go. Todd bursts on the outside, rides over the tackle there, coming in from Alexandro. Lyndon Dykes make that run, gets past his man Lyndon. It's 2-2 for Lyndon Dykes. The ball in from Ellis Todd is perfect. The way he just jumps over that tackle coming in from Sandro, puts that low-driven cross in, and you know, Lyndon Dykes is bagging from there. He's now at 80 rated. He's got a +4. He is playing to the best of his ability at the moment. This is the best we've ever had Lyndon in regards to ratings, and you know that means goals are going to happen. 2-2. What a start, boys. They're even quicker than the last game. Last time it took 6. This time it only took 4. 1-0. Come on, boys. We've got Bright in space here. This is what I was talking about with the slow Umtiti out wide. He's the only slow player in that back line. And now Bright's going to turn inside. Lovely stuff. Takes it past one. Can he take it past the second? Oh, he did, and then got tackled by the guy who took it past first time. It's unlucky, though. Lovely tackle there from Dendoncker. Really good stuff. And hopefully I can play that in the middle now. Up to Pepe Arce. Lovely stuff. Not Pepe Arce. It's Emil Smith-Rowe. I'm so used to it being Pepe Arce in the middle. That's going to take some getting used to, I won't lie to you. But now we get Emil back on that ball. Going to play it back out wide to brighter size Samuel. Can we get that ball in the box? We can. Lyndon with his head this time. Good clearance from Alaba. Smith-Rowe, Tom. Not Pepe Arce. Smith-Rowe. Come on. Get the ball here to Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips going to look out wide and find Ellis Todd. And that is a beautiful pass met by a beautiful run. Calvin, oh, I wanted Calvin to keep that run up. If he'd got in that box, had 2 people to try and cross it to, but it wasn't to be. But that pass from Calvin is beautiful. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play. Got Werner through here. Dendoncker lost his man. Going to try and get there. I have to say, that is a lovely finish there from Gnabry. A little bit disappointed. I thought that Ramsdale maybe could have got there. But it doesn't matter in the end. It's a really nice bit of play. I pulled Dendoncker out the way, which is the first mistake there. Calvin was never going to get back to that. But Ramsdale, I feel like Ramsdale could have done better there. It's just above him. It's a nice goal, but it sucks that we've conceded it. 1-1. Ball here to Luke Amos. Look at the space there for Bright. We're going to find that space in behind him, TT. Bright now drags it backwards. Plays it inside. Oh, he took a bit of a heavy touch, but Lyndon's got it. Good tackle. Very good tackle from Militao. Well, half-time is gone. 1-1 is going to be the half-time score, and it's I don't know. It's been a weird game. We've kind of had chances getting it forward, but we haven't had really any attempts. The only 2 attempts on goal have both ended up in goals. So it's been not a great day for the keepers, but the defence has been pretty good for both sides. Some very good last-minute tackles from the Chelsea players, I have to say. Eder Militao and Alaba are proving to be absolute pains in the backside to play against, but otherwise we haven't played badly at all. We really haven't played badly, so I think we're going to just stick with the team as it is. Hammerline and Bogle have done a really good job out wide, and again the defensive mistake was one from me. I pulled Dendoncker out the way, which is a bit daft for me, so we're just going to crack on. Same team for the second half. We might make changes further into it, but for now, same 11. Got to get that lead back, boys. Come on. Ball there to Ellis Todd. Ellis Todd now running down that wing. Go on, we need somebody in the middle. There's no one making that run. Ellis Todd's making a fantastic run, but I've got no one to play it to. He's got to do it all himself. They've got the ball forward here. Bogle, lovely tackle there from Bogle. Now we've got a chance to bring it away. We need Ellis Todd to make that run again. There we go. Look at it. Sandro is not catching Ellis Todd, so we're going to play it out to him. Ellis Todd now. Got to try and bring the defender with him. Lovely stuff. Oh, it's not quite what we wanted, but it's a second chance of it. Good block. Very good block. Oh, it's so unfortunate. What a break that was, though. Oh, that's a good ball, Werner. Is he through here? Dendoncker pulled out again, but Dendoncker this time wins that ball. Lovely tackle. And now we've got a chance maybe to bring it forward. Amos, we're going to play it off here to Calvin Phillips. Calvin is going to try and set away Ellis Todd again. A beautiful pass. Ellis Todd this time is going to go by himself. It's a good block. He gets the rebound and it's saved again. Oh, Kepa with a beautiful double save. Should be 2-1, but what a save that is. Okay, just as Chelsea have an offside called against them, we are going to bring on some subs here. We're going to make a change. Smith-Rowe's going to go off. Bright is going to move to Cam, and Harrison's going to come on at left mid. Just another injection of pace, and having the pace, hopefully, of Bright in the middle means that we'll have that sort of semi-2 up top sometimes. They brought on Gelson Martins for Hudson-Odoi, which is also a good change for them. But we are going to have to make sure we make the most of these passes like that. Calvin Phillips passing is just magnificent. We see Harrison making a run here. We're going to try and play it to him, and that's a lovely pass from Amos as well. Go on, Harrison, mate. Get that ball in there. Look at the back post. That's not the back post. I wanted it all the way to Ellis Todd, but Bright's going to win it. Plays it down to Calvin. Down to Amos. Harrison surely plays it across. Bright. Oh, my word. How is it not 2-1, boys? How is it not 2-1? Another change here for us. We're going to take off Bogle just because he's getting quite tired, and we're going to bring on Ludwig. Just, again, a bit of rotation, and hopefully those fresh legs will make a difference. They've taken off Havertz and brought on Ziyech, another good player. Havertz, obviously a good player going off, but Ziyech is also a good player, so we've got to be careful. Ball here to Phillips. Calvin Phillips, lovely. Bright. Off to Ellis Todd. Ellis Todd, mate. Go on, now's your moment. Ellis Todd. There we go, boys. 2-1 against Chelsea. And Ellis Todd, he has deserved the goal today. He has been nothing short of fantastic for us. So I have to say, super happy that Ellis Todd has got a goal. I really, really am. Lovely bit of play. Again, the change of personnel has just given a bit of fresh legs in the middle of the park, which is fantastic to see. It's exactly what we wanted to happen, which is great. And now we're just going to make one last change. We're going to bring on Carter Vickers here. Going to take Phillips off. We're going to play Carter Vickers at centre back. Just another bit of fresh legs. So Dendoncker into the middle, someone a bit more CDM orientated. Obviously, Calvin Phillips has again been fantastic. He has just been incredible today. His passing has proven to be such a great addition to this side. It's why they call him the Yorkshire Polo. He really is fantastic. But now he's operating in West London, and I'm super happy about that. They've got the ball out wide here. Harrison coming back and doing his defensive work. Gelson Martins has turned him inside out a little bit there, though, so we've got to be careful. Amos can't quite win that one. Go on, Hammerline. Good initial block. Oh, just about away from Webster. Lovely. Okay, let's just see this one out now. We've got the time. Let's just get that ball down out wide here. Hopefully to... Oh, Ellis Todd. What a touch that is, mate. That touch is disgusting behaviour, I won't lie to you. The fact he's brought that down the way he has is incredible. Linden can't quite win that, but surely that's going to be it, ref. Surely. Look what the ball is. Look at the time. Let's go. Let's go. Huge result. 2-1 against Chelsea, and that is a massive, massive scoreline for us. That really is good. Again, I'm super happy that Ellis Todd has got that goal. He's kind of just been doing his work quietly. He's kind of been a bit of an unsung hero, and we've always talked about Pepe Ars because his name has always been fantastic, and he's still got great potential. But Ellis Todd, again, has just been so good for us in this series and in this career mode. So very, very happy indeed. Again, Linden getting a Linden, which is just scoring in a game. Very happy, boys. 2-1, and I have to say, we deserved that. Fantastic result for us. Only 4 teams so far, including us, to get 2 wins from 2. Liverpool still with a chance of doing it, but I have to say, we're putting ourselves in a great position right now. Very happy. Now, I want to apologise while I'm doing this. You may hear some, sort of grinding or sawing going on. I've got to have this window open. It is too hot to close this window, so apologies if you can hear that in the background. But to let you know, Baka has gone out on a season on loan to Standard Liège for the season. And again, that's just good news for us. More players going out and getting experience that are still going to be good potential for us. And Dykes, we've got an offer for Dykes, but Dykes is going nowhere. Dykes is staying, boys, let's be honest. Okay, an offer here for Agu for 8.6, which is actually a very, very good offer. I'm going to ask for 9.5, which again, if they accept that, it's not asking for loads of money. I'm not even asking for his value. But if I can just get that extra million, it would just be nice to get. But yeah, 8.6 I would be happy with. I won't lie to you. So I'm going to just say 9.5 to 8.6. If they offer anything around the 9 mark, then obviously fantastic. But it looks like Agu probably will be making his way out of the club. Okay, into our next game, and again, one we're going to start off by playing at the very least, and that is up against Liverpool, a big, big game, and as we've said before, these guys get tired, so I'm hoping, while I'm playing, I can get a couple of goals, hopefully take that lead, and then if we can jump into a sim, then fantastic, again, just helps us power through this career mode even quicker. But you can see the starting lineup, one change, and that is Ilias Chair coming in for Smith Rowe, not because he was tired, but because I do want to rotate those two. They're the same rating, but obviously Smith Rowe's got that higher potential at the moment, but regardless, just going to jump into this. Another tough game. Okay, here we go. Up against Liverpool at Anfield as well. So it's always going to be a tricky one. But again, as we've said before, Liverpool in career mode, like with Man City, they get tired so quickly. So I'm really hoping what we can do is just weather the storm, try and get that early lead, give us something to hold on to, and then just wait for their legs to get tired, and then just hopefully just boss them over the park. Is all we can hope for. So let's get straight into this one. Up against Liverpool. 3 more points is the plan. Linden on the ball straight away into Ilias. Slightly heavy pass, but he's going to find the pass to Bright, and that is perfectly weighted. Bright aside, Samuel tucks it in that bottom corner. So far, this season, we have scored a goal every game within 6 minutes. We are absolutely kings of the early start. We just put that pressure. I don't know what it is. In obviously the simulated game they've done well, but we've just look at the space we've made there straight away. The pass from Dykes was a little bit heavy, but it almost allowed Chair to make the space for Bright to cut in. That's a lovely simple finish right in that bottom corner. Allison beat. Lovely stuff. 1-0 again. What a start. Liverpool bring the ball forward here. Fabinho going to play it out round to Koke. Tries to play that ball over to Mo Salah, but it's a good initial clearance from Hammerliner, but it isn't dead just yet. Webster got to try and be careful because I don't want to allow that pass into Firmino, because Firmino will take the strike there, but Trent got the shot initially. Webster gets it away, and as we know, Trent is out of position, but he has been tackled there. Klosterman wins it. Lovely stuff. Well done, Webster. Let's get it away. Ball here with Ilias. Ilias Chair now. Look at that run from Linden. He's up against Klosterman, who's obviously not slow, but Linden is a bit quicker now than he was at the start of the season. There we go. 2-0. Linden Dykes bags a second. I have to say, Ilias Chair has been really, really good. He has been very, very effective. I think Smith Rowe probably would have been as effective. It just happens to be that in the formation that Liverpool are playing. Look at the space. Look at the sheer amount of space between the defence and the midfield there. We could have had our entire midfield in that gap, and Liverpool just wouldn't have matched it. So I don't know what it is, but Liverpool is so good to play against. I really enjoy playing against Liverpool in this. I'm not scared to play against them in this career mode, and it shouldn't be that way. But, mate, we're 2-0 up, we're flying high. They're already getting tired, which is just such good news for us. It really is. Calvin Phillips, we're going to see a run here from Ellis Todd. Now we see that run from Bright, which is what I wanted to see, but I took far too long to play it. That's my bad. They're bringing the ball forward. It's a lovely bit of play. Firmino, good tackle there from Webster, and it needed to be because it would have honestly been a really easy chance for them to break through. And hold on, if Ellis Todd is quick enough here, oh, he's not quite. That could have been a really lucky deflection for us, but it is defended by a very tired Robertson. Koke on the ball here out wide. They're going to play it back to Robertson. I don't mind them just sort of playing it out wide like this because they don't really ever threaten to get it into the middle. It's when they do that and actually play it that we have to start worrying. That's gone all the way through there to Trent. I need to get a man. I couldn't change to a player that actually was in the way, but Webster has blocked it initially. But Koke with the corner, going to play it short to Salah, who I think is the league top goal scorer as this game stands right now. But go on, win that. Lovely stuff. Good tackle. Lovely. Goal kick. Well done, boys. Oh, that's a bit of a loose play from me. Well done, Ramsdale gets it initially. Dendonka gets it, and we're just going to get that one away. Half-time, bit of a nervous ending there, as I did make a bit of a mistake and allowed them through, but thankfully Ramsdale was quick off the mark. I didn't even bring him out. He did that himself, so fantastic that he's got that. Come out, stopped it, and we got rid of it. 2-0 at halftime is perfect for us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of changes just for fitness, which I'm assuming that they will probably do the same because obviously they are quite tired. The most tired player on the pitch for us is Amos. He's going to come off for Chalobah, and then we're going to jump into a sim because realistically, right now, 2-0 up against the tired legs. Again, look at the tired legs there. If I need to jump back in, then I will. But as I've said before, Liverpool just don't scare me to play against on career mode, and it shouldn't be that way. Obviously, simming against them, it's out of my control. But again, I'm optimistic. From last season, we had a good game against them, and us as the AI then actually just turned it up even more and got a couple more goals when I simmed it. So we'll see if the boys can recreate something not too dissimilar to that. And again, just secure this win. Basically, it'll be another team that are going to be behind us by 3 points. Ilias Chair gets a goal. It's 3-0. As I said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but they're just not scary to play against. It needs fixing. It does need fixing because they get so tired so quickly and then just become absolute whipping boys. It literally is that. They become not difficult to beat at all. And it shouldn't be that way, EA. It really shouldn't be that way. But we've got another chance here to counter. Lovely play. Ilias Chair again was through there. Why is he turned back? Klosterman is not going to catch him. He's far too tired. If Ilias just ran, he was through on goal, and it probably would have been either a very good chance of or just would have been 4-0. 70-minute mark. I'm just going to line up some changes here. We're going to bring on Harrison at left mid. And we're going to bring on Carter Vickers as well. Who's that made captain? It's made, interesting. It's made Calvin Phillips captain. I'm actually not upset about that. I'm okay with that because obviously he is one of the more experienced players in this team because obviously we're a few seasons in, so he's a little bit older than he is in real life. But lovely stuff there. Great tackle from Hammerline and coming across and doing a very good job of winning it, but then not getting rid of it very well. But now again, a good chance to counter. Look at the space. Ellis Todd was in there. He had a real good bit of space, but sadly it wasn't to be, and they have brought it away again. But again, look at their players. They're going to have to make surely 3 subs as soon as this ball goes off the pitch or out of play. They're going to have to make 3 changes. Great block there. They've made 1. Immobile is coming on for Firmino, playing centre forward as well. So that's an interesting one instead of striker. He's going to be that little bit deeper. And obviously he's a little bit older, so he's not going to be as mobile as he is now, which he's not particularly the most mobile of players. Anyway, but 4 minutes to go. I think it's safe to say that we've won this one. Will we keep the clean sheet? We will. Robertson even got sent off right at the end. Then brought on Keita and Brewster as well. Mate, we are doing the business right now. We are not a team to mess about with. 3 games, 3 wins. Let's go. Okay, to let you guys know, Agu has been sold to Sporting. 8.8 was the final agreed term, and we got 6.5 mil of that, which is great to see. And an offer for Dickey from Porto. Now, it's a tricky one for me because I do love Rob Dickey. I think he's a fantastic player, and I do see him as a future captain of QPR potentially. But for the sake of this save, I've got to put my career mode head on here, and I have to think about the fact that realistically he's just not going to play. So I'm going to say 8.5 minimum. 10 mil is my initial request. We'll see if they accept that. He's a good player. See what they say. Just before we jump into our next league game, I want you guys to see who we've got in our Europa League group. So we have got Standard Liège, interesting opponent, going to be a tough one. We've got Lille, and then we have Besiktas. So 3 tricky old games. But I'm optimistic that we can see ourselves through that group. I think the toughest opponent is going to be Lille. I think they have the most money, and obviously with 4 seasons in, they could be decent. But before we worry too much about the Europa League, we have our next Premier League game, and it is one, again, we're going to start off by playing, and that is against Spurs, last season's league winners. Going to be a tricky one. As you can see, a bit of rotation. Harrison and Ludwig coming in for Ellis Todd and Bogle on the right-hand side, but it's both a little bit tired, so we're just going to have to replace both those guys for this game. They're also not even on the bench, so we've got Harvey Elliott and Pepe Ars filling in for the both on the bench. But let's just hope and pray that we can just come away with something today. So it's going to be a tough one. They've got a good side. People like Casemiro in there. They've still got Kane, still got Son, still got the likes of Lloris. Just got to give it our all. Keep that winning streak going. Back to the Kion Prince, back to West London, and hopefully continuing with winning ways up against the North London Spurs. We've got to try our best here to take them on. I'm optimistic again. We've taken on some big teams already today. We beat Chelsea, we beat Liverpool, we beat Leicester. We've not had an easy start to this season. So 4 big teams. I'd consider 4 of the biggest 6 teams in England we've had to play against. And it's been a tricky old start, but we're up there so far unbeaten. And we've just got to hope and pray that we keep up the winning ways. But they're going to be looking for the same thing. Let's go, boys. Bring it on, Spurs. Ball up here to Amos. Amos is going to see that run from Dykes. Lovely run from Dykes here. Go on, Dykesy, mate. Get that ball into the back of the net. Do what Dykes does. It's still happening. Early goals. Now it's not quite the 6-minute mark. Now it's everything within 10 minutes. We've managed to get that first goal, and we've done it very quickly. Lovely stuff. Blind was just not going to catch Dykes. I even had a chance to slow down, get him composed, and then power that across the goal. Dykes is honestly incredible. Lyndon Dykes, mate, take a blooming bow, son. 4 goals in 4 games, and we start off with another flyer. 1-0, not even 10 gone. Come on, boys. Calvin Phillips here going to ping that beautiful ball there. Dumfries is not going to get there because Bright has brought that down perfectly. Bright going to cut it across. Ilias Chair. What has happened there? Has that hit the defender, or has that just gone through everyone? It was Harrison. I thought it was Ilias. Ilias isn't even on the pitch, Tom. Harrison with a lovely goal. Oh, mate. Beautiful ball from Calvin to start it off. The touch from Bright is also magnificent. And the finish is very confusing. I'd like to see what actually happened here. He's cut it back perfectly. It's gone between Koulibaly and Lloris. Is it because Koulibaly's standing there that Lloris just doesn't react? Oh, it's gone through Koulibaly's. Okay, I can kind of understand that one then, because Lloris has probably reacted late thinking Koulibaly's going to get there, but poor from Koulibaly in the end as he's just let it go through him. But Harrison, mate, comes into the game and bags himself a goal. Fantastic stuff from Jack. Mate, Things you love to see, and we're 2-0 up against Spurs. Absolute dreamland right now. Amos with this ball. Going to try what I like to call a Calvin Phillips, and he's done it perfectly, which is just a perfectly weighted part. Look at the pace of Blind compared to Bright. That's 3-0. That is 3-0. This team is unbelievable. 3-0 before half-time. I'm telling you now, this season, I am so optimistic. This isn't even our full strength 11. I am so optimistic that this season we are going to power, and I mean power, our way to the top. I am absolutely chuffed. I'm so chuffed we're jumping to sim. It's half an hour in. We are 3-0 up against last season's league winners. I'm just so impressed, boys. I have to say, I think this team is just working so well. The players we brought in have been fantastic. Bogle has been sensational at right back, but Ludwig has come in today and has played pretty darn decent there as well. Calvin Phillips has been huge. Okay, I do admit we have just conceded like 6 minutes after me dropping out, but that's okay. As long as we don't concede more before half-time, I'm happy to let this play on to half-time. If it goes to 3-2, we may have to jump back in because I don't want to throw away a 3-0 lead. That would be very, very embarrassing for us. But apart from the fact we've conceded straight away, I have to say that the team has just been so good. As I was saying, Calvin Phillips has been sensational coming into this. He really, really has been. Smith Rowe feels good too. To finally have like someone who's equal in rating to the way that they're playing feels nice. It's hard to word it. Pepe Arce always felt like he was overachieving. So it's nice to see someone come in at a decent rating and still doing a good job. I like seeing that. Harvey Elliott's going to come in. It's the first time he's played in a while. So going to bring him in, get that match sharpness up for a little bit. Again, we have got Pepe Arce on the bench, and he will potentially come on in the second half if the game allows it. If the game's going the way I need it to be going, is basically what I mean there. But again, I'm optimistic that we can see this one out. And the way the team's playing fills me with a lot of hope. You can see the pace of Bright is absolutely electric. Ellis Todd is pretty much as quick. And Lyndon Dykes is pretty much catching up to the two of them, especially catching up to Todd. I mean, I think Bright is pretty much max pace. He is just ridiculously quick. He's electric how quick that man is. But Lyndon Dykes, for the size and the build that he is, for him to be as quick as he is outrageous. And again, he is clinical as anything, scores goals for fun. I mean, 4-4 is just a fantastic start, especially when you consider the 4 we've been up against. What a ball that is. What a save. Harvey Elliott nearly getting himself a goal pretty darn quickly. But it's a lovely bit of play. Finally getting across in. You see in these simulations, like when it's like the quick sim or the match sim, sorry, like this, you don't see many crosses. The fact that Bright put that ball in quickly is very, very good to see. The ball's gone off there. It does give me a chance to bring on Pepe Arce. Just give him a few minutes. Again, I like seeing them get this bit of play and a little bit of time out there. But also going to bring on Chalabar just for fresh legs at CDM. If I need to jump in, then I will jump in. But otherwise, I'm happy with the way this is going, and I'm happy with the boys playing very, very well, simply. Like to put it as simple as I can. It's just very, very impressive. We will notice this game, I have actually changed a couple of shirt numbers as well. Some I've kept the same, some I thought, you know what, is okay. I don't mind them staying at the numbers that they're at. But I have changed some of the numbers, including a couple of players that probably would have kept their numbers at their previous clubs. Like they would have kept the number that was available. But like Calvin Phillips, for example, I've made him number 7. I think it suits the position he plays for us, the role he plays for us. I know it's not the number that he would normally wear, but that's the number I decided to give him because I think it suits him at this club. And again, it's not real life, so I can mix and match all I want. I'm keeping Ilias at number 10 though because he's at the club. He's number 10 now, and I've decided to do that. I've decided to keep that one. But mate, I'm just very, very happy indeed. I really am optimistic with how this is going. That's a good bit of play from Spurs. It makes it 3-2. I am going to jump in, hopefully just see this one out. We've not got much to go in this game. Got about 4 minutes. I'm not going to pass it around the back, but I am going to take my time building up. I'll tell you that for sure. But yeah, I'm not, as I said, I'm not going to throw away a 3-0 lead. I just will not allow us to do that. That will be embarrassing to do so, so we're not going to let that happen here. But Pepe Arce is going to play it out to Bright. Just got to keep this ball, again, not what like passing around the back, but just taking our time to build up. So we are heading forwards, but we're just taking our time to do so. I've lost it there, but Lyndon Dykes, the physical presence that is, keeps the possession, and we do just about squeeze through in a win. Could have been a much more emphatic win for us, but again, it helps me get through this a lot quicker. I'd be barely halfway through the second half if I played the entire thing. So it just helps me with recording. At this point, normally we'd be about an hour and 20 minutes in. We're just under an hour in, so it's very helpful for getting us through a little bit more. Lovely stuff, though. Huge result. And the winning ways continue, boys. The winning ways continue. You can see right there, we are currently top of the table, ahead of Wolves on goal difference, which is fantastic to see this early on, especially to be leading the way is beautiful. Okay, so looking at our keeper situation, because we've got 1 day until the transfer window is going to deadline day. Van der Vaart seems to be a little bit higher rated than I was maybe expecting him to be. I was expecting him to be worth about 15 to 20 million. He's worth 30 to 46. So sadly, I think I'm going to have to pass on Van der Vaart, but I'll continue the scout and we'll see how high rated he is. I expect him maybe to be 82, 83 with that kind of value. But I was kind of hoping him to be like maybe mid to high 70s, kind of like Meslier here. So I was going to go ahead for Martinez, but he has already made his move to Freiburg, however you say that. Apologies if I've said it wrong. Probably have. Sanchez is nowhere near as high rated as I thought he would be. So I'm going to have to get rid of him. I'll get rid of Martinez as well because he's gone. Spillart is a little bit too low rated in my opinion. So Meslier is who we're going to go for. I'm going to go back in, but I'm going to offer 6.5 and see what they say to that. Okay, I managed to get up to 8 and they've taken time to think about it, which isn't ideal, but we have got some other stuff coming through, potentially the sale of Dickey. So if I need to spend a little bit more, then I will. I don't really want to go above 9, but they were asking for 11.5 and they weren't budging from that. So we'll see what they say. Again, as I said, we've got deadline day. Literally, I think it's the next day. So what we'll do is we'll get to deadline day, and if anything happens, I'll let you know. Well, straight away, something has happened. Dickey has sold. 8.9 was the final fee, and 6.5 is what we've been given. Again, that will all go towards Meslier. I'd make a bigger keeper signing, but I'm going to save some money for January just in case either A, injuries, or B, we decide we need to really improve a position. Okay, managed to convince him to sign a deal here. 9.5 is the fee in the end. So Meslier, 9.5. Again, he's worth 6.5, but I'll take it. I know it's near the end of the transfer window. I know they weren't overly keen on selling him. I tried to offer Schmeichel going the other way and then like 5 or 6 mil, but they just weren't interested in Schmeichel, which is a shame because he's higher rated, but I know he's also 36, so it was always going to be a tricky one. He wants sporadic, which is fantastic. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'd like to sign him to like a 4 or 5. I'll ask for a 5. If he wants a 4, then that's absolutely fine. 5 is fantastic. No release clause. Wages, I'm going to offer him 35. I think that's about right. I think 35 is probably fair. 300 grand. Go on. That's a fair deal, right? Sweet. Amazing. We'll take that. 35 grand a week, £300,000 signing on fee, and Meslier has signed for QPR. Unless we have something else happen, you can see our ins and outs. 76.7 spent, 28 made. So we've gone with a really different strategy to how we've kind of done the other seasons. We've spent quite a bit this season, but it's been, what, 3 seasons in the Prem, so it kind of makes sense that we actually spend some money finally, instead of really trying to balance the books a little bit, which is what we've kind of done with the rest of it. But again, it will mean that if we do get to another season, next season will be a little bit more of a sort of an understated season, make some money, and then look at buying once we've made some money. Because you guys know me, I like to try and keep within our FFP if I can. Not a deal I'm going to accept, but an interesting one. Quincy Promes and 2.4 million for Linden. Quincy's a hell of a player, but Linden's better, just saying. Well, that's quite a bit of money. Ellis Todd, £110 million from PSG. It's a no from me, but that's a big money offer. Just want to let you guys know, we're going to promote Logan Richards. This guy looks like he's going to be a hell of a player. 62 rated at 17, 84 to 94 potential. This guy looks incredible. But the transfer window is done. We are out, done and dusted. No more transfers now until January, so we have plenty of time to look elsewhere and to see if we need any more like additions to the squad. But we'll get a couple more games done for today and then probably wrap it up. But we've got a few more to go, so let's get to it. Also, Van der Vaart, 79 rated. Was expecting him to be much higher rated with the value that he had, but clearly it's the potential that's made him a pricey boy. Okay, up next is his first against second. We are away at the Molineux against Wolves. What we're going to do is we are going to sim this one. We will jump in if we need to. Obviously, it is first against second, but when you consider the teams we've played against, you'd maybe say that this is a smaller game. No disrespect to Wolves. Obviously, it's just not one of the current IRL like big 6 teams. But I'm confident when you look at the lineups that we've still got a good team here. It is a 5 at the back we're up against, but I'm still optimistic that we can do a decent job against them. But regardless, let's just jump into this and hope and pray that the players do well in the simulation. If I need to, then I will obviously jump in, as I said. But let's just go for it. Let's hope that we can perform as well as we have done in the last couple of games. Now, obviously, we are kings of the early goals, but Podence is proving that we're also kings of conceding them. 4 minutes in, and we're 1-0 down. Not a great start. Not a great start at all there. We really needed to, well, not do that, actually. Just not concede early. Because a 5 at the back is always a pain in the backside to play against, especially when they've got something to hold on to, when they've got a reason that they can sit back and defend if they want to. But let's just see if we can maybe just try and open them up a bit now that they are going to sit back a little bit. Let's see if they can soak up some pressure that we have potentially got to offer. We're knocking it round quite nicely, but no real sort of like injection through the lines. We're sort of playing in front of them, which is kind of exactly what they're going to want us to do when they can just put 5 to 7 players behind the ball. Nice bit of play. Couldn't get it in the box, though. Ellis Todd sadly losing that ball there. And Bogle now up against Podence, who is a very quick player. And he has got to be careful not to cause himself issues by getting out of position, because if he does, then we're going to have issues. So, lovely bit of block there. Lovely bit of play. Ramsdale, cool, calm, and collected to get that one out. Nice bit of one-touch football there. Lovely stuff. Emil Smith-Rowe needs to release that ball. There's a good chance there with Calvin Phillips bursting through, but now it's not looking fantastic for us. Good bit of play, good block. Lovely again there from Amos. Apparently not as lovely as I thought, as it is a free kick. They whip it in, but blocked by their own player. I don't know who that was. Number 24, Mallon, their own striker, has blocked it and headed it out for us. So thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Good lad. Technically on our team now. I'm supporting him, but not if he's in front of our goal, obviously. They're going to whip that in. Good block again there from Webster. Got to be careful. They've tried the dummy run. It's a good strike. That's off the bar. It's bounced here, there, and everywhere. Jack O'Connell. Captain Jack makes it bloody 2-0. That is not good news for us. I'm going to jump in. It's 40 minutes gone. We're 2-0 down. I've got to try and salvage this. I've made a big mistake here. Lovely bit of play there. That's a really good ball. And Amos is going to get this. Going to play it into Smith-Rowe. Who's going to find Bright with the pace to get him behind here. Bright up to Linden. Linden doing Linden things. Makes it 2-1. Very quickly back into it. Gives us half a chance. They've signed Areola this window as well, which is a very good sign-in. But 2-1. Linden getting his standard goal a game, which is obviously what we've come to expect from Linden Dykes now. But lovely stuff. Makes it 2-1. And that's a really good response after just coming in. Just before half-time as well. 5 goals in 5, I should say, for Linden. But that is going to be half-time there. It was an important goal to get it just when we did. That was literally on the stroke of half-time. Lovely bit of counter-attack and play. And it gives us a chance. Gives us something to really try and push for in the second half. I needed to get that because they'd probably just come out and be very defensive in that second half. We're going to keep it the same. I've got the option of Ilias Chair, who was fantastic for us off the bench. And not even off the bench, he was just fantastic for us in the game against Liverpool. So let's hope that we can just maybe try and take this game to them a little bit and try and cause some pressure. Not by losing the ball straight away though, Tom. That won't help. Smith-Rowe. There we go. Lovely play in to Bright, who's nice and central here. Bright side Samuel going to put it onto his right foot. I probably should have just hit it with my left. Probably should have just thumped it at the goal and given Areola something to deal with instead of wasted it. Wolves on the attack. Lovely tackle there from Luke Amos. And now Amos maybe got a chance to bring this away. There's no Ellis Todd on this right-hand side. We're going to play it into Emil Smith-Rowe. Smith-Rowe. Can he set away? No, he can't. No, he can't set away anyone. Lost the ball. Substitution being made here. Emil Smith-Rowe is going to make his way off the chair, as I said before. Just makes sense for us to try and bring on someone who really did bring a game to life when he played. They brought on Moise Keane as well, so young and fresh legs for Young and fresh legs. Mallon for Keane. And we're bringing on a creative Cam for a creative Cam. Let's go for it, boys. Bright here. Won the ball in a fantastic spot, and now Bright can just burst away. No one is going to catch this man. He is far too quick. Look at him. He is absolutely rapid. Oh, and it could have been 2 assists for Bright and 2 goals for Linden, but it wasn't to be. Ellis Todd bursting down the line here. Going to play it inside to Linden. Linden going to lay it off to Ilias. Ilias Chair. Can he get the defender out of his way? Not quite. Going to have to play it off to Amos. Gets it back to Ilias. Oh, it's a great save there from Areola. I have to say, Ilias just makes really intelligent, really good runs. Kind of either drags defenders out the way or does just, you know, manage to take it past the man. And again, he's not the biggest, not the most physical, but he manages to do that really well. Then Donker up for that, not quite going to win it. Webster up for it as well, again won by the Wolves player, and it's another corner for us here. We're going to whip this one in again, aiming at Dendonka, although it's gone to Calvin Phillips, and he's headed it wide. Not too long left. We're going to have to really turn this up now. Ilias going to try and set away Linden. Linden, can he get it back to Ilias? Oh, it's not quite locked onto him. If Ilias had been locked onto that and then turned quicker, I think he'd have won that ball. We have not got long left here. Literally 2 minutes and whatever the referee chooses to add on to play out here. And I've lost the ball in a terrible spot. It goes to Moise Kean and Moise Kean gets the goal. Oh, I was commentating to see if we could get one last chance of the game. Instead, we've absolutely gifted them with one. I've run inside with Ellis Todd and I've lost it. That's something I do a little bit too often. I cut inside with the wingers and lose the ball in silly places. And that there, prime example, shouldn't have cut inside. I did, and just literally gifted them that goal. That's 3-1. That means we're going to get our first loss of the season. We physically cannot score 2 goals in this time. Even if we run straight through, get a goal, and then they turn around and boot it for the second to get an own goal. It's just not going to happen. And again, that's really down to a poor choice from me to sim the start of this game. That really is on me. I will hold my hands up and say, my bad, I messed up. And we get a silly, silly defeat early on. It's not the end of the world, but it does ruin a very good run of form for us. And again, it's against a team that's right up amongst it with us. So that really is a 6-pointer. And it's one I've thrown away. So I apologise. My mistake. Well, that is where we're going to end today's episode after, sadly, that sour note of a defeat to Wolves. But hopefully, we'll start off the next episode by getting into winning ways in our Europa League group. We've got plenty done today. I've been filming for like an hour and a half, so we've got plenty to edit. Hopefully, I can chop it down into a decent sized episode for you guys. And if you guys are enjoying this, then please do leave a like. Supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. If you're new to the channel, then please do hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. And don't forget, if you want to catch us on our live streams, we stream over on Twitch, Hursty Games YT over there, link in the description. And while you're in the description, make sure you check out the channel sponsors. You've got Real Footy Prints and M21. If you're interested in any of those, then code Hursty will get you a discount at both of them. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
What?
In a bit.
Now his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'ma read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.